Welcome back to the Classic Soap Operas podcast. Today, we're heading back to February 7th, 1985, for the next episode in the Recap Archive series of Days of Our Lives. Let's dive in.
Hey, welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're zooming in, really focusing on just one day.
A single, incredibly packed day.
February 7th, 1985. And the place, Salem, naturally. A town that, it sees a lot.
Oh, absolutely. And this Thursday, it was just overflowing. I mean, drama everywhere.
Yeah.
Crises crashing into each other. Secrets just spilling out.
Yeah, so our mission today, if you will, is to kind of help you untangle all that. We've got this really detailed account of what happened, minute by minute almost.
Right.
And we're going to sift through it, try to pin down, who was actually where, who was maybe not telling the whole truth.
Or lying through their teeth.
Exactly. And who was in some seriously deep trouble. It's less a recap, more like exploring the sheer human chaos of 24 hours.
And the people involved.
Yeah.
You've got someone trying to scheme their way out of jail time. A young woman running scared from a really dangerous secret.
Yeah.
And then you've got secret agents dealing with international spy stuff mixed with some incredibly painful personal histories. It's a lot.
It really is. Okay, let's dive right in. Ground zero for some of this mess, the local jail. We find Alex Marshall there, and he is not a happy camper. He's facing these pretty nasty accusations, pandering.
Yeah, they're calling him Madam Marshall, which, he hates. His lawyer, Glenn, is there trying to figure things out.
But Alex,
yeah,
he's sticking to his story. Totally innocent. It's all down to this mysterious Madame Dupree.
Right, this figure he keeps blaming. And then Linda Anderson walks in.
Okay, so at first glance, maybe she's there on business. But nope, it gets complicated fast.
Very fast. She knows Alex is trying to pin it on Madame Dupree. But she immediately throws cold water on that.
How so?
She points out the pretty obvious problem. Madame Dupree vanished. Hasn't been seen for months.
So convenient scapegoat, but maybe not a very plausible one?
Exactly. And then Linda, oh boy, Linda drops a hint. A big hint.
Let me guess. About Madame Dupree.
She basically implies she is Madame Dupree, or, also known as Madame X. Same person.
Wow, okay, that's unexpected.
And it gets better. She then admits she's been secretly funneling money from this whole operation.
The pandering ring.
Yes. Funneling that cash into her new legitimate businesses. The pharmaceutical company, Salem Today magazine, that health firm.
Even Anna DiMera Designs, she invested in that too.
Yep. All funded by Madame X's activities. Quite the diversification strategy.
Talk about using venture capital from unconventional sources. And then she makes an offer.
An absolutely audacious one. So someone else there, the account suggests it's probably Pia. Linda offers $75,000 cash.
$75,000.
Plus the client list from the operation. But here's the kicker.
There's always a kicker.
Pia has to pretend to be Madame X, lead the comps on a fake chase overseas for a few weeks.
Just take the fall.
Basically. Face maybe a small fine, minimal jail time. So Linda can stay in Salem, squeaky clean, totally legit.
The nerve, just buy her way out of the scandal.
Completely. Protect her new image at any cost.
And just to, add more fuel to this fire, Anna DiMera arrives.
Alex's business partner in the design firm.
Right. And she is furious, absolutely livid that the scandal is tarnishing the Anna DiMera Designs name.
Understandably. She's worried everyone's going to think her company is associated with, pimps or prostitutes, as she puts it.
It's like this collision of high fashion and, low crime right there in the jail waiting room.
And Alex, being Alex, somehow manages to talk Anna into backing his story.
Wait, how? She's furious.
He convinces her to publicly blame everything on Madame Dupree, too. And why does she agree?
Let me guess. Money.
Bingo. She just bailed him out, so now she's financially tied to his story, in a way.
Unbelievable. We also see Alex trying this whole, poor me, I was duped by Madame Dupree act on Pia.
Yeah, brief little exchange there, Pia's reaction. Just pure disgust. She sees right through him.
It's just the lack of any real moral compass there is staggering. Alex blaming Linda buying her way out.
It really shows how self-preservation and money just twist everything.
Yeah.
Blurring those lines between legitimate business and, that.
Definitely. Okay, let's shift gears. From the deals happening in jail to someone hiding out somewhere completely different. Bill Brady's been looking for Melissa.
Yeah, she ran away. He's been searching everywhere.
And he finds her. But the location is kind of grim. The burned-out Anderson's factory.
Right. And she's terrified. absolutely terrified. She thinks she's really guilty.
Why? What happened?
She explains this guy, Barry Reed, pulled her into drug dealing, lied to her about where the drugs came from, said it was a nursery or something.
Oh,
But then when she tried to quit, he threatened her, said she was in just as deep as him, that if he went down, she'd go down too. Basically trapped her, wouldn't let her stop.
That's awful. Did she try to get help before running?
She mentions going to someone named Pete, who gave her some money to skip town.
But Bo found her first.
Thankfully, yeah. And he brings her home to the Horton house.
And the reaction there, it's like night and day compared to the jail scene.
Oh, totally. Grandpa, Mrs. H, Anne Marie, Mickey, Dr. Horton, the whole family is there.
Right.
And it's just this wave of relief, concern.
And support, right. No judgment.
Zero judgment. They immediately frame her as the victim. Barry's the bad guy, not her. They're just fussing over her, offering food, wanting to take care of her. It's really quite moving.
Then Abe Carver shows up, the detective.
Right. To take her statement, he's got a tape recorder.
And Melissa tells him everything.
The whole story. Delivering packages, realizing it was cocaine, Barry's lies, his threats. Why she didn't go to the police sooner. She was scared. She promised Barry. She admits what she did, but explains the fear.
And the family is backing her up the whole time.
Constantly. Saying she's innocent, that Barry manipulated her.
Okay, so an emotional scene, family support, and then Linda Anderson arrives at the Hortons.
Yes. Talk about adding tension.
Yes.
Linda asks to see Melissa.
And the family must have hesitated.
Oh, yeah, you can imagine. But Melissa, surprisingly, insists she wants to talk to Linda. Alone.
Okay. This feels like a turning point.
It absolutely is. Because Melissa drops a bombshell. She looks Linda right in the eye and says she overheard Linda and Alex talking back in the burned-out factory while Melissa was hiding there.
No way! She was there the whole time!
Apparently. And she heard enough, because the next thing she says is she knows Linda is Madame Dupree, Madame X.
Whoa. She figured it out. Or overheard that.
She overheard enough to connect the dots. And she even adds she saw Linda in bed with Pete, and she thought Linda was pretending to be Madame X then.
So Linda's whole carefully built facade, Melissa just blew it up.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Linda tries to deny everything, of course. Frantically denies it.
But Melissa stands her ground.
She does. And then Melissa, this girl who felt so trapped and scared, she takes control. She lays down an ultimatum.
What is it?
She'll keep Linda's secret. Won't go to the police.
If
Linda promises to stay away from her. Forever.
If not.
Melissa walks straight to Abe Carver and tells him everything she knows about Linda and the pandering operation.
Wow. From runaway victim to holding all the cards. That's incredible power she suddenly has.
Isn't it? It's this complex moment, using blackmail, essentially, for self-protection. But it shows how desperate situations shift power dynamics.
No.
The victim finding leverage.
Absolutely fascinating. Okay, so while all that is happening, there's another whole drama unfolding.
Right. Separate plot line, same day. This involves Shane and Kimberly, secret agents.
And their mission, something about a prism and their big enemy, Stefano.
Exactly. Kimberly reveals she got some vital information from a contact, a guy named Bronsky.
How'd she manage that?
Her method was, well, she got him drunk. Let him think she was interested romantically.
Ah, the classic honey trap spy style. What did you find out?
Key intel.
Yeah.
Prism is arriving soon. The day before an ice show.
Okay.
It's coming from Siberia with 2 star skaters and their coach.
But they don't know who actually has it or how it'll be passed off.
Nope. That's the puzzle they still need to solve. Which person? How's the handoff going to work? High stakes.
So Shane fills Bo in on this later.
Yeah, Shane tells Bo they found Melissa, which is good news. But then he also mentions the Prism intel and, crucially, how Kimberly got it from Bronsky.
Uh-oh. I have a feeling Bo didn't react well to the honey trap part.
You would be absolutely correct. Bo explodes. He is furious with Shane.
What does he say?
Accuses Shane of making Kimberly sell herself. The account says he even called Shane worse than the lowliest pimp. Really harsh stuff.
Ouch. That's intense, especially given Bo's own complicated history.
Right. And the worst part, Kimberly overhears him saying this.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So she confronts Bo. She's adamant, denies sleeping with Bronsky this time. But then she just lays it all out there.
Lays what out?
Her past. A heartbreakingly honest confession. She tells Bo she was a prostitute in Europe, used the name Amber Lee, did it for money, for survival.
Wow. Just tells him straight out.
Completely. And
Yeah.
she frames her actions with Bronsky in that context. She says, look, I didn't sleep with him this time, but I would have if I had to.
Why? What's the difference for her?
Because stopping Stefano, who's somehow tied to their brother's death, That's a meaningful reason. It's a cause. It's bigger than the money or survival that drove her to be Amber Lee. This is a sacrifice for something important, not just desperation.
That's a powerful distinction she's making.
And she doesn't stop there. She turns it back on Beau, accuses him of hypocrisy.
How so?
She says he's only upset about his feelings, his shock at finding out his sister was a prostitute. He doesn't care about what she actually went through, the choices she had to make just to survive. She completely rejects his pity.
That must have been brutal, but also incredibly raw and honest.
Yeah. It really forces you to think, doesn't it, about judgment and survival and what people are forced to do and what compromises are acceptable versus unacceptable.
Is Kimberly using manipulation for espionage worse than Linda using crime to fund businesses? Or Alex just trying to save his own skin?
It challenges those easy answers. Kimberly's choices came from desperation then, and now from dedication to a cause, however morally gray the methods. It feels different from pure self-interest or greed.
So, yeah. That was just one Thursday, February 7th, 1985. Salem. Just layers upon layers of secrets, lies, people pushed to the edge.
It really is amazing how these different stories just weave together. You know, the jailhouse scheme connects to the hideout in the factory, which connects back to Linda, and then the spy plot suddenly reveals this deep personal trauma. It's all tangled.
And everyone's making these incredibly tough choices, these sacrifices, sometimes for reasons you can maybe understand, like stopping Stefano.
And sometimes for reasons that are just purely selfish, like Linda trying to buy her freedom or Alex trying to blame everyone else.
It definitely leaves you thinking, in a town like that where it seems like everyone has a secret, everyone's protecting something, how do you figure out who to trust?
Right, and is just telling the flat-out truth always the right move? Or sometimes is keeping a secret, even a dark one, the only way to survive or protect someone else.
Lots to chew on there. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into one truly unforgettable, very messy day.
That's a wrap for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and like and comment for more episodes like this. Thanks for listening.